owners. This is Dan Crowley with Diesel Digital, and I want to thank you for tuning in to another digital marketing strategy training video. Today's topic is going to be lead generation funnels for professional service firms. Now, the ultimate goal for today's video is for you to walk away with a better understanding of how to use the internet, aka, your digital brand, your digital representative, to attract your ideal customers to you so that you can grow your business. So we're going to cover 5 topics. Obviously, the goal, as always, is to keep it under 20 minutes. Sometime we go over. But, a regular TV show is 20 minutes. So, let's just talk about what it takes to add more zeros to your bank account, as a professional service firm owner by, just tweaking your marketing, getting your marketing in order. No different than if you're watching, an episode of your favorite TV show. So right now, this is from a business perspective, this is one of your favorite TV shows. So let's go ahead and dive on into the first topic. So what is lead generation? So lead generation, if you Google it, one of the formal definitions that you will find is something along the lines of, the process of bringing in potential customers and turning them into qualified leads. So as you can see on the screen in front of us, it's a funnel. The basic lead generation funnel has, let's just say, 3 levels: top of the funnel, mid of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. But also it has, let's just say, five key characteristics in regards to, you want to make first people. So again, when it comes to the customer journey or the sales process, in order to get someone to quote unquote spend money, because that's what business is about, getting people to pay you for a solution for their problem. First, they have to be aware that you exist. Then they have to become interested in what you have to offer, and then they're going to do some sort of a appraisal or comparison of what the other options are, to where they'll end up with the ultimate goal of them desiring to do business with you. And then there's going to be some form of an action, whether that's giving you a phone call, filling out a form so that you can call them back, or coming, to your storefront or coming into your office. And then last but not least, coming to terms, whatever that might be for your professional service firm, and then, providing the service and or collecting the payment. But those are the basic, the basic sales process for any professional service firm. So that's why, having a lead generation funnel in place is essential, because as we go off into the second topic, you got to realize people are always searching for what you have to offer. In this digital landscape that we are currently operating in light of post COVID, post pandemic, people are now more reliant than ever on using the internet as the yellow pages, because that's all the internet basically is now, just a souped up version of a more interactive version of the yellow pages. But unlike the yellow pages, where you were in a sense, constricted to maybe a page or maybe a little line of text to people to call you, or just some little block to showcase what you have to offer. With the internet, you have the ability to have total control of your image, total control of your message. So you can do a lot more, in a sense, selling in regards to sharing with people that you understand the problem that they're going through, that you're a vendor that's going to show up, answer the call, you're going to do a good job, you're a pleasure to work with, and you're the best option for what they need done. And you can do that. You can use your words, you can use your image, and you can use your digital real estate to generate the leads on a consistent basis that you need in order to keep your pipeline full. Because you got to always be mindful as we go into the third point, the big picture. What's your strategy for adding new customers to your business? One of the things I noticed a lot of professional service firm owners kind of don't take into consideration, or marketing in a sense is kind of like a tactic of the day. Like that's the strategy in a sense, try a new tactic every day. Or, a tactic usually is something along the lines of, just strictly word of mouth and or some form of advertising on, like let's just say if they're in construction, like an Angie's List, for example. But the reality is, you know, just like Angie's List has, answered the question, what's their strategy for, adding new customers to their business? Because again, as a professional service firm, you are Angie's List customer. Think about that. So like they have to have a strategy to keep you coming back. So when the same concept applies to your business, so that's why it's important that you have an understanding of what your lead generation process is and what that lead generation funnel looks like, because that's going to keep your sales pipeline full so that as customers leave, whether it's because they move, whether it's because they God willing, they pass away, or just because they just decide to go with somebody else just because a friend that's just getting into the business, the industry. You're gonna always have to have a strategy in place to keep that pipeline full, keep it full of qualified leads, so that no matter what your customer attrition is, you're able to stay in business. And so again, here at Diesel Digital, the strategy that we used, to help professional service firms like yourself, have a strategy in place to add new customers to the business is again the customer attraction roadmap, which is three basic levels. The first level where we want to make sure we're always optimizing your digital brand, making sure we're keeping information current. We've established and verified ourselves, and we're just making ourselves more discoverable by just claiming as much digital real estate as we can between our website, social media profiles, and online business directory profiles. And then level two, obviously creating a professional website. So your website for your professional service firm, think of it kind of like as the centerpiece of your digital brand, like, because again your website is the only place on the internet where you get to control, you have 100% control of your message as well as your image. So again, you want to make sure you are using the platform to compel people to do business with you as opposed to your competition. And the thing about doing digital marketing specifically is don't sell yourself short. Just because another company might be ranked higher than you does not mean that you can still outmarket them, because just because someone's ranked higher than you doesn't mean when the customer calls that they're going to pick up, or that when the customer sends them an email they're going to respond. So your ability to make yourself more discoverable, and then most importantly be able to capture leads, and then once you get the lead, being able to follow up, being able to respond, like that's going to be the difference maker. you know it's no sense in putting in all this time, energy, effort, money into building out your digital brand if just to get it set up properly to where it starts generating a steady flow of leads for you to just to not even respond, because you don't want to pick up the phone, you don't want to call people back, you don't want to respond to the emails. So if you're going to do this, what I'm saying, you got to, as Cortez would say, burn the boats. You got to decide. You got to get rid of all other options. So if the decision is, as part of your marketing strategy, specifically the digital marketing aspect of it, if the goal is to obviously, generate leads that you can convert into sales, then you can do that, as long as you have a proper strategy, and most importantly, a lead generation funnel. Because as we dive into the next level three, make your digital brand more discoverable. Like that's where you have to put the effort, the time, energy, and effort into creating relevant content based on keywords that you have created. I mean, not created, but keywords that you've researched for your business. Because again, like that's how you become more discoverable. You have to start showing up for the keywords that people are using to find what you have to offer, and you get to control how much you show up, because again, you can create, you have the ability to create. So that's why it's important for you to do your research and don't skip any steps. So level one, level two, level three. That's why we have the process here at Diesel Digital, and we keep it consistent, because again, it's all about mastering the fundamentals, and having a system in place, some sort of guideline, some sort of roadmap that you can always follow to help you get from point A to point B. And in this case, for most businesses, because again, most of the professional service firms that I do talk to, that do reach out to me, they're usually, the goal is usually, and more often than not, obviously, they're in business, so they want to increase their income or they want to increase their revenue. And again, most of the time they already have a gist of what needs to be done from a big picture perspective, because they'll say like, I know I need to increase my online visibility or online exposure, but and I know to do that I need to create content, but I'm just kind of stuck because I don't know, a what's the best strategy to go about this, and then if I do kind of have an idea of what the strategy is, what type of content do I need to create? How do I just get this internet thing set up so that it starts making it rain for my business? Because again, you can literally turn your digital brand into a rainmaker for your business if you have everything set up properly. And that's why we're here. Talk about making sure you have everything set up properly, so that, again, my goal isn't necessarily, like I always say, my goal isn't necessarily to help professional service firms become cash money millionaires. My goal is to help professional service firms have a tool, a reliable, steady tool that consistently generates leads for their business, so that they can scale their business to whatever amount of revenue they want, whether it's millionaire status, six-figure status, or eight-figure, not whatever it is. You have a tool that is tried and true, because you're just following the basic fundamentals that everybody has the ability to follow. But the difference between you and them is going to be you just took action. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is the three types of websites, but only one produces steady leads. So again, you can make you can use your digital brand to make it rain, as long as you have everything set up properly. And as I stated before, your business website for your professional service firm, think of it as the like I said, think of it as it is the centerpiece. It is the heart. It's the cornerstone of your digital brand, because again, you have 100% control of your message and your image. So use it to your benefit. And this is one of the, probably like the biggest pitfalls and mistakes most professional service owners make when it comes to digital marketing, is the type of website that they use. Because unbeknownst to most professional service firm owners, there's three types of websites that you can implement within your business. The first type being a brochure site, which is basically a site that's all about you and your services, and not about how you can help, how you have a solution to solve your customers' problems. And the next is a catalog site, which ultimately ends up being just a cluttered mess of e-commerce products that people have to kind of wade through just to find what they want. But last but not least, you have funnel sites, which walks customers through the journey to a sale. All right, and that's the type of website you want to have for your business. That's the type of website you want for your professional service firm. That's why you're watching today. All right, so realize that you can use your digital brand to generate organic traffic that you are able to send to your website, so that you can convert into a lead if you have everything structured properly and set up right. And so now that you have a general understanding of what a lead generation funnel is, you have the basic building blocks to turn your digital brand into a lead generation machine. Because the basic fundamental steps of all you're going to do, rinse and repeat, day in and day out, 24/7, 365, because that's what the internet provides you with. Again, put the internet to work for you. It doesn't go on vacation. It doesn't call off sick. It doesn't go on breaks. It works for you if you have everything set up properly. And I keep reiterating that, if you have everything set up properly, because that's the only thing stopping you right now. Well, the majority of professional service firms that have been trying to use the internet to make it rain for their business, is that you are just missing the proper structure. You're not using the right type of website. And then if you are using that type of website, there's still some tweaks that may need to be done. Now, I will say this: if you do have experience in digital marketing, you are pretty. I mean, as just anyone who buys anything on the internet, you already go through plenty of funnels to buy the stuff that you personally buy in your personal life, but you're just not conscious of it. But in a later video, we'll talk about kind of like specifically the structure of a funnel, like and what it actually takes to build one. But this video again is just more so an introductory video to the concept, just so you can develop a general understanding of the steps that need to be taken, that you need to take, I should say, to set one of these up, for your business. And again, at Diesel Digital, we specifically use our customer attraction roadmap more so as our blueprint to go about, setting this up. So again, that's just us, helping you take the guesswork out of, what needs to be done and do this for your professional service firm. So, on that note, I want to talk about, like I said, the last but not least, turn your digital brand into a lead generation machine. It's real simple. You got to drive organic traffic to a compelling homepage that captures leads so you can get them on a call to convert them into customers. All right. So just as a brief example, I wanted to show you this project that I'm working on right now. This is a professional service, notary. And here's the basic premise. So again, going back to our fundamentals. Level one, we want to optimize the brand. So for this company, the again, things like the Google My Business profile, you want to get that set up. So let's just say greater. Let's just type the name in so we can go to it specifically. There we go, right there. No, that's actually another company. Greater LA Notary, Inglewood. Let's see if it pops up today. Inglewood. So this is actually a listing that we're working on getting ranked at the moment. Gotta add more photos. But basically, like I said, you want to make sure you optimize your Google My Business profile, doing basic things like obviously having images of your logo, um, having filling out your profile to the best of your abilities, making sure that your hours are filled out. You have your phone number, your website. You fill out all your services. You've selected all your areas. Everything you can do. You want to make sure you do it. So one of the things we need to work on for this profile, for this professional service firm, is start getting them some more reviews. But again, you still want to just make sure everything is set up. So this one, we still got to build out the imagery and start getting the reviews. I know they have some reviews. It's just about I know we have some reviews, but it's just about getting them back onto the site. But this is like one of the basic things you can do. And again, the Google My Business listing is free. You want to, like I said, have it all, have your about section, all that stuff filled out. All right. So and again, you have your website, have a link to your website, your phone number so they can call you and where you serve. Like that's just the basic building blocks. Next, so again, you're gonna have your digital real estate, things like Google My Business profile, social media profiles, your website, blog posts that are on your website that are with using the keywords that you want to rank for, all that to become more discoverable, so that when people are searching, they find you, so that when they land on your homepage, which is going to be in a sense step two, you've driven traffic to your conversion friendly. It's to a compelling homepage, as I said. So a compelling homepage meaning, you're using your copy and your words to communicate your value so that they do business with you. And you're giving them things like call to action buttons. You're giving them the phone number, all the information that they need to get in contact with you right front and center. That's what you always want to do, right front and center. And then again, you're going to use the rest of the rest of your homepage to to use your words to communicate to them why they should be doing business with you, and also too more call to actions, more benefits, obviously basic things like your service. So like I said, here's some of their reviews. In this case, pricing, giving them all the information that they need to answer the questions that they have as up front, so that they feel compelled to do business with you, like where your locations are, how to get in touch with you, email, just some basic steps, all right? And then boom. So for example, let's just say you want to schedule some notary services. You would click on that link, and you will come to this form, you will fill it out, and then you will hit submit. And then once you click submit, then you will get sent a link, and then that link will, I believe, send you to their calendar, so you can select the time to complete your notary services. And that's how you would generate a lead right there. Because the minute someone clicks this submit button, in a sense, you've collected a lead. Or the minute they pull out their phone to call this phone number, that's a lead. So again, just make it easy for people to start the transaction with you, and that's all you have to do. And that's just the basic premise of a lead generation funnel. So again, the basic concept of it is, you want to people have to become aware of you, then they have to be interested in what you have to offer, then they're going to do some sort of appraisal to start desiring you over the competition. Then they're going to take some form of action by filling out a form or making a phone call or showing up to your storefront or your office, and then boom, they're going to convert by exchanging money for the solution that or the service that you have to offer. And that's organic lead generation at its finest. That's the basic premise of a lead generation funnel for professional service firms. So if you have any questions, feel free to DM me on the platform that we're on, or just reach out. Head over to our website if you want to schedule a call. First one's on me. So you can go to dieseldigital.com, or you can give me a call, 323, what's that, 323-261-1587. And we'll go ahead and get, see what's going on. During those calls, we'll do a business assessment. The biggest gist here is just to identify, the current marketing problem that you have, quantify your goals with real numbers, at least a ballpark, so we at least have some tangibles. And then we'll have get a better understanding of the value that needs to be created so that you can start producing these results for your business and your professional service firm, all right? So it's been a pleasure. Thanks for tuning in. This is Dan Crowley. Peace.